It's high time for grade 8 students, and these days we are doing the unit number 10 electricity. Here's today's plan. We have a number of subtopics under this, and we have completed many of those. First one, method of connecting cells and bulbs, we completed. Simple electric circuits completed. Household electrical appliances completed. Heating effect of electric current completed. Light effect of electric current completed. Magnetic effect of electric current and chemical effect of electric current. These two topics we will finish up today. And let's move on to the first one, 10.6, magnetic effect of electric current. So we will start it from practical. Let's demonstrate how electromagnetism works. Electromagnetism means how magnetism occur out of the electricity. Here is the activity. In this activity we have used three things here: dry cell, a power source, and a normal wire, copper wire, and a compass. So a person called Hans Christian Ørsted, that person discovered this for first time. Here's his experiment, and we can watch it here. Connecting normal wire to the power supply. You have to notice this one. Look at the direction of this compass needle and see what happens to the compass needle once we connect these wires here. Likewise, the compass needle deviating here. So when electricity flowing through a wire, kind of magnetic field appear around it. That's why the needle deviate. So from this activity we can conclude there is kind of magnetic effect of electricity. When electricity is flowing through a wire, a magnetic field occur around it. That's what we can conclude from this activity. And can we make a magnet using electric wire or a wire coil? The next part is that activity number 9. You can see that in the tube. Let's make an electromagnet. To make electromagnet we need several things. Let's see the things that we need to do this. We need ordinary iron nail, and we have made it blunt one side here and for more safety. Then this wire, this is insulated copper wire. That means it has tiny thin layer of plastic around it, and that is the insulated copper wire. Then we measure about 10 centimeters and keep one end free. Thereafter, winding the insulated copper wire around the iron nail as it make number of turns. And the next fact is, as I mentioned, there is an insulation around that small plastic coating. Before connecting this to a power supply, we need to clean this up. You can see our solenoid or the coil made around the iron. And the next step is to clean these wires before connecting to the power supply. Using a sandpaper, you can easily clean it. And by rubbing with the sandpaper, we can remove the plastic coating or removing that insulation. As this is an insulated copper wire, the current does not leak out from that, or current just does not short out. So likewise, once we clean both the ends, then we can check it without supplying electricity, and it doesn't attract to the paper clips doesn't attract to the iron nail. Now we connect that to a power supply single dry cell. And once we connected a iron nail, now let's see the fact. You can see they are attracting towards the iron nail. But remember, this attraction is a temporary one. Unless you supply electricity, these things will be attracted. But once you disconnect this one, the paper clips will be detached from that and fallen down. Then this is the activity. From this one we made an electromagnet. A magnet, a temporary magnet working with electricity. There are many applications of this, and this is the electric effect of magnetic effect of the electricity. So let's move on to the next topic. Factors affect this electromagnetic strength. How can we improve the strength of the previous magnet? Number one, this fact. The core that we used in the previous activity, we use iron core or iron nail. There are different types of cores. You can see the core type of the core in the coil. Second fact is this. You know what is meant by the ammeter, that is the electric current. Greater the electric current, greater the strength. The more the electric current and greater the strength. By supplying more electricity, we can improve the strength of it. Third one, the coil, actually the number of turns of the coil. More the number of turns of the coil, greater the strength. So these are the three factors affect on electromagnetic strength. To make more strong magnet, what we must do, we have to select a soft iron core. Then we have to go for more current supply and making more number of turns in the electromagnet. Next, move on to the next chapter, that is the chemical effect of electric current. What does it mean? Look at this. The passage of electricity or the electric current through a conducting solution. Conducting solutions means the electrolytes, we will see some conducting solutions hereafter, causes chemical reactions. That means supplying electricity to the chemicals, we can make reactions, and that effect is the chemical effect of electric current. Again, let's move on to an activity here. This time the conducting solution we have selected is the copper sulfate. It's a light blue color solution, and let's see what happens when electrolysis is done. Look at the setup. A power supply is given to two, we call electrodes, or two conductors here. They are carbon electrodes, and positive supply is given to one carbon electrode and negative supply has been given to this one. And pouring the liquid to this. Our liquid here, or the solution, is copper sulfate solution. Thereafter we switch on the power supply and the process going on. And from one side you can see small bubbles like something. One side. The other side still we can't see clear difference. But when you take this electrode out, this is the negative electrode or negative conductor. Let's see that. When we take that negative conductor out, clearly you can see kind of brown color substance has been deposited on it. This brown substance is the copper. So copper sulfate solution used. Therefore the copper of the solution has gotten, or they just plated over this plate or the electrode. It occurs at negative electrode. Then what happens to this solution? Look at the light blue color of the solution gradually fade out. Light blue color gradually fade out. That occurs because copper coming and depositing over this plate. and always you must go for the negative electrode. We have to connect. If you want to plate something, if you want to plate copper on that, you must connect that to the negative terminal. Remember that as well. Now let's move on to the activity number 10, demonstrating electrolysis of a solution. This is activity number 11, demonstrating or the electroplating here. uh, the setup, we have to explain what are the things used here. This time we don't use copper, the carbon here. Instead of that we use copper in this side. This is copper, and to the other side we have connected a spoon. You know, this side is the negative side because we are going to plate this copper over the spoon. And the solution, as in the previous, the solution is copper sulfate solution. And then the process will take on. Here was the process. Once we switch on the power supply, on this spoon you can see that brown color substance has been deposited. Nice thin coating deposit over the one. And if this is very small current, we supplied around 0.1 ampere, and if we increase this current here, what will happen? This time increasing the current and doing the same process. This is the result. Coating is not good, and if you want to plate a good coating, you have to supply less current, or with small current we should do this process. It will take long time, but the good coating you can obtain. So this is the experiment or activity number 11, and making operating an object using electricity. What are the applications of this? See the application uses of electrolysis. Number one, this is very common thing. You can see these are some jewelries. After making jewelries from copper, some people plate it with gold, call them as the imitation jewelries, plating gold or silver on jewelry. And this is one application of this electrolysis. Using electricity we can plate gold over these jewelries. Number two, we have seen such things, nickel or chromium plated cutleries. On them we plate this nickel using electrolysis. Normally they are made of iron or steel. Plating metals like chromium or nickel on equipments like spoons, forks or knives. That is the next one. And these canisters, they are very common ones. The canisters are covered, they are normally made of iron but covered with tin. Plating tin inside iron cans, the other application. Likewise, using electricity we can plate some expensive metals over cheap metals, and we can give more shininess and luster or the appearance. We can improve the appearance. Also we can improve the value of them by plating. And this is the end of our unit, and the lesson, all the lessons related to the electrolysis finished. Now you can go to the blog site to write the note down. Go to the www.itscitimblogspot.com and see the note and copy down the note to your tune. And our next lesson would be the unit number 11, the plant processes. So if you enjoy this video, you can press the like button, and also keep subscribe the channel or YouTube channel. To get the notification about the next video, you can press the bell icon. And until we meet from the unit number 11, then goodbye everybody.